Hey guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to our very first race weekend. So today we're going to begin the video and I am doing the pace program in practice mode, and I gotta say, this actually gave me a challenge, oddly enough. In F1 2018, this was never that big of a deal, but in this one it took me several tries to get my pace and to actually pass the program. Now, I started out with the AI on 52 because on F1 2018 I had the AI set at 50, and I felt that that's was a little, I don't want to say too easy, but I felt like that it could be a little more challenging. So I bumped the AI up on 2020 to 52, and I couldn't pass this on that AI. So I had to turn this down to like 45. So again, I'm not like I'm not even close to being good at these games. I'm just very much starting out. So, you know, forgive me for having such a poor AI level. But yeah. So we finally did manage to pass this, and I think I came in like 11th at the end. Yeah, 11th. So that was that, and so now we can move on to the qualifying rounds. Okay, so here we are in the first qualifying round, and I'm in P7, which I found kind of strange because the qualifying pace program in practice was so difficult, but yet now that I'm in qualifying, I'm in P7, and this is actually where I ended qualifying 1. We actually ended in P7, as you can see. Okay, so here we are starting on our second qualifying, and we're in P16, which is confusing to me because we were in P7 when we ended the first qualifying round, and we start this one in P16. Now, I thought that you couldn't go under what was in the round. So, like, the first round is the top 15. And the second round I thought was like the top 10, and the third round is the top 5. So I don't know how we got in P16, but we're in P16, and we didn't do much better. We didn't get out of qualifying 2. Okay, so we're in P11 now, so we're not going to qualifying 3. But that's okay. I feel that that's not a bad place to be in.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at Albert Park, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. And home to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. Can Mercedes start with victory in their bid to win a 7th consecutive Constructors' title? Could Ferrari or Red Bull establish an advantage early on? And with 22 cars on the grid, how quickly can the new team find their footing? Well, it's great to be back, Anthony Davidson. We've got a lot to talk about this year.
That's right, Crofty. It felt like a long winter, but it's good to finally be back. I have to think the usual suspects will battle it out at the front, but there are always going to be some teething problems early on in the season, so whoever can keep on top of their issues will have the advantage today.
As I mentioned earlier, we're up to 11 teams this season, with a new entry run by Well, of all things, an owner-driver. That's something we haven't seen in this sport since Hector Raback over 4 decades ago. So how are they looking so far?
It's hard to imagine how a small operation like that could survive in the ruthless world of Formula One. And yet here they are, first ever race, looking surprisingly strong. But there are no points for qualifying. Let's see how they fare in the Grand Prix proper.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Albon, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Vettel, Sainz, Norris, Perez and Esteban Ocon, Ricciardo, Stroll, a Mercedes, and Gasly, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Alesi, Russell, Grosjean, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright guys, the moment we've been waiting for, the Australian Grand Prix, and my first mistake was putting the manual start on because I have to hold down the clutch and reach the optimal RPM, and I've never done that before, and it screwed me up, but we are on our way. So we're in 13th, even though we ended in 11th, so I don't know what happened there. So we made a little contact with Stroll, obviously, and of course, as usual, no matter who hits who, I always get the penalty, even though I did hit him. So we kind of take a move there, and we get into P10. So that wasn't too bad. Now, it looked like Norris or Ricciardo hit me. It looked like Ricciardo probably tapped into me. So I guess we didn't get a warning there, so that's a good thing. But as you can see in my review mirror, Norris is right on me. We're making up some time here, and this is my first race on the new system, so I am trying to manage the fuel. I'm trying to manage the overtake. Now on the last game I managed fuel. I didn't manage the ERS, and in this game you don't have to manage that, but you do have to keep an eye on the overtake. And yeah, I will say that the overtake, you really feel that burst of speed, especially on the straightaways when you engage the overtake. So we're not doing too bad. We are holding our own. We are making a little bit headway there, and then they kind of take off and leave me in the dust. Valtteri Bottas with the fastest lap, so good on him.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Now, I think from now on, what I need to do is, even though obviously we want to win the race, but until I get really better with the racing and get more experience up, I kind of just need to settle in to my position. Now, in all honesty, if we would have finished P10 in this race, that would have been fantastic. I would have been into the points for my first ever race with my new team. But, you know, I did get a little bit greedy in this race, and it cost me big time. Now, right there, we did bump into Perez twice, actually, and that was completely my fault. He actually took that corner a lot slower than I was expecting, but as you can see right here, he is fighting me. He did not want me to get past him. And again, I get a warning with him, but I feel that was on him. He didn't give me much room at all, and he knew I was going that way, and, you know, it's not like he had to do that. But we are in P9 now. And if memory serves me, because I am commentating over this, we keep P9 for quite a while before things do go sour for us.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Okay, so fast forward to lap 7. We're still in P9, not doing too bad. We have Ocon just in front of us, and we are catching up to him pretty good. And here we go. We try to make a dodgy move that we probably shouldn't have, and that was our first mistake. I did manage to recover pretty good, although I lost a position. sadly, but that was completely my fault. I should have never tried to make a move there. He was going on the inside, and I should have just let him, and I would have still in P9, and we would have been in a lot better position to possibly overtake him again anyway. But we will press on. We won't let that get to us, and we have his teammate Ricardo coming up behind us pretty quickly. I can see him in my rearview mirror. And I don't know if he wants revenge for what we tried to do to his teammate or not, but yeah, he's coming pretty ferociously. Now, I am on the soft tires, and I feel that I also made a mistake by going as long as I did, because by the time the pit window opened, I definitely felt that these soft tires were losing a bit of traction. I was having a difficult time going around the corners, and it was just letting go, basically. Okay, my pit window is open, and as I was saying that those tires were just losing grip, and that's kind of proof right there. I went around that corner. I don't feel that I did it poorly. I hit the brakes, and it just gave way. The tires I feel like they don't have much left, so I decided to box. And again, that was not a difficult corner. Those are easy corners. The tires are just yeah, they've pretty much had it. So as you can see, I'm kind of all over the place. Now, I was okay with letting Stroll pass me, but for some reason he just didn't take the move. I don't know why. I moved over. I slowed down the pace, and again he's trying to get past me. And I don't know if I bumped him or he bumped me. I may have bumped him. I did bump him there. Again, these tires are just not giving me any traction. But all we have to do is get around this one last corner, and we can dive into the pit. So now we get to see how good my pit crew is, which is not really fair because I do have damage to the front wing, so they had to change that. They had to change my tires, so yeah, it's not really on them. I was just having a difficult race. So 6.3 seconds, that's pretty bad. Now, I will say, guys, on my T150, it takes a long time when you leave the pit for the wheel to actually engage. Like right here, I had no wheel. I had to slow right down because the car wouldn't turn because the wheel didn't kick back in. So I don't know if that's an issue with the T150 or if that's just kind of a thing with this game. I'm really not sure, but now I'm in P18, and the bad thing is pretty much everybody's already taken their pit stop, so I really have no good chance to recover the positions. And things go sour pretty quickly. And there we go. So again, you know, I spun out and I'm trying to get back on the track, and it's just not happening. Like, I don't know if it's the gas pedal is just not sensitive enough for me to ease it, if I'm giving it too much gas or what, but so now we're in last place, and my teammate is in the pits, and yeah, my race is pretty much screwed from this point on. You know, I'm sad to say that I don't feel that I did too bad, but you know, the first 11 laps weren't bad, and then after the pit stop, which it wasn't the pit stop, it was me. If I could figure out how to do a race without hitting people or damaging the car where the pit stop takes forever, And I do feel that, yeah, the overtake button. Like, what's the point? But I do feel that the pit stop, I should have taken my pit stop earlier. That way there I would have kind of gotten ahead of people. But considering I took my pit stop at the 10th lap, pretty much everybody already did theirs, and I have no way of catching up. So the only thing that I can possibly do is try to get a fastest lap. So, fast forwarding to lap 21, we decided to make another pit stop. We have some repairs to make. I crashed again. Typical for me. So we have to get a front wing, and we are going to put on a pair of soft tires. A set of soft tires, and we are going to see if we can at least get a fastest lap. Now that doesn't happen in this lap. It takes us a couple laps, but let's see how we do, shall we? Okay, here we are, lap 25. Lap 24 went good. I got green in all the sectors, so I'm feeling good, and we're going to try to get the fastest lap in this go-around. And I gotta say, I don't know what happened, but on this lap, everything just clicked. I wish I could have driven around this track like this all day. I would have had a lot better race. But, yeah, everything just felt really good. Sector 1, we were in the purple. We got fastest lap in Sector 1. Again, I have no idea how I did this. I do feel that I'm improving a little bit with the racing and such, but it's just going to take a lot more practice, and really the only way to get better at it is to play in career mode and actually race with other cars. Yeah, so Jeff, I mean, telling me how far the car in front of me is pointless at this time period. I mean, unless something big happens, like a safety car, which never happened, there's no way in hell I'm going to catch up. So all I can do is try to get the fastest lap away from whoever had it previously, which the last time I remember it was Valtteri Bottas, but that could have changed. I don't remember. I kind of stopped paying attention. And there we go. Fastest lap, 129.76. So, and at least I had that to be proud of. That's kind of all I can say about that. But yeah, so we won't get into any points, and overall, the race was a big disappointment for the team. I didn't finish last. My teammate did. Actually, Jeff came on the radio and said that he was out of the race, but then at the end of the race, it showed that he did finish. He didn't get a DNF, so I'm not really sure what happened there.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Okay, so that was the first race, guys. Man, a lot of ups and downs in the end, you know. things happened, but I finished the race.
So let's review the updated driver's stats.
And just cut me off.
Valtteri Bottas takes the...
Okay, so yeah, we had some ups and downs. You know, we did good, we did bad, and in the end, you know, we did horrible. You know, there was some screw ups, and again, I don't know how to recover from a spin out in these racing games. I really need to figure that out. Maybe I'll go on YouTube and see if there's videos, because it's like when you get on the grass, again, I'm going to say it, it's like you just, I don't know how to get control of the car. Should have never happened. Again, with this game, the one thing that I don't like is that people bump into you and I get the warning. You know, like, I'm not saying I don't bump into people, but I feel like there's, if I'm getting hit from behind, you know, how is that my fault? But at least the one thing I can say is that our teammate, he didn't even finish. No, wait a minute. It said he was out of the race. So I don't know, but you know what? I got the fastest lap. So whoever had that prior, he didn't get the points for that. So I kind of screwed them over. Let's see. Standings? Bros got 25 points. I don't know. I know you get an extra point for fastest lap. But yeah. So you know, we're the worst of everybody. Not too surprising. Not too surprising. It's my first race. I will get better. You know, there were mistakes made. Not much I can say about it, but yeah, hopefully we'll do better next race.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Yeah, none of us wants to be pushed to the back down. These things happen.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
Car didn't feel like it had enough downforce.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Great. So we actually got like some acclaim boost. I don't know how, but yeah, we did. Damage deductions up to 1.2 million. So definitely have to do better next race. I just have to be more consistent. You know, yeah. Okay, so here we are on the next day, and this is where we're going to end the video, guys. I wasn't really expecting too much out of the first race. I will say this game seems a little more difficult than F1 2018. Like I say, I played that game on like the AI on 50, and this one I had to knock down to like 45. And it was still giving me a run for my money. So yeah, we're going to keep at it, though. You know, again, it's like practice makes perfect. This was my first race. It wasn't the greatest one, but we'll definitely do better. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Why not? And you know what? I thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time, guys.